the lighthouse keeper of Cornwall. The wind was already rising when Elias stepped out of the keeper's quarters, his heavy wool coat pulled tight across his chest. The sea air was sharp, laced with salt and the scent of kelp. Out on the cliffs of Cornwall, the world seemed quieter than most places, as if time itself paused to listen to the waves crashing below. Elias had been the lighthouse keeper here for nearly 30 years. Each morning he began his day before the sun could pierce the mist. The stone steps leading up to the tower were cold and worn smooth by his boots, every creak familiar, every groan of the structure like the sigh of an old friend. Inside the lantern room, the glass panes were slick with condensation. He took his time cleaning each one, the cloth catching on tiny chips from storms past. His fingers moved slowly, deliberately. The oil lamp, his oldest companion, was filled and trimmed, a task done not with urgency, but with reverence. By mid-morning, he'd settled into the chair by the wood-burning stove. The kettle hissed faintly in the background. On the small wooden table beside him sat an old leather-bound journal, its spine cracked, pages filled with fading ink and uneven lines. Elias opened it to a page written 15 years ago. "She wrote again today," it began. "Says the roses in Devon are late this spring. I imagine the color of her handwriting just as much as the words." He smiled faintly. That was from before her last letter, before she stopped writing. Outside, a gull cried out. The waves beat the cliffs like a sleeping heartbeat, steady, eternal. The afternoons were for maintenance, but this time of year the work slowed. The storms would come soon, bringing sea spray and chaos, but for now there was time. He wound the clockwork mechanism of the turning light, a task that required no thought, only rhythm. Tick, click, whir. He sat again, this time by the narrow window, in his hand a cup of tea, steam curling upward like a lighthouse beam into fog. From this vantage, he saw the entire cove, the path that led to the village, empty now. The old boat shed, roof caved in, the horizon washed in gray. He closed his eyes. There was a time when the light would shine for sailors. Now it shone mostly for memory. Evening came softly. He lit the lantern, watching the flame bloom gently within the lens, magnified into something brighter, stronger. Night wrapped the coast like a thick wool blanket. Back in his quarters, Elias tucked himself under the patchwork quilt. The journal still open beside him, a candle flickering low. Another page, another moment, preserved. The waves outside never stopped. Neither did the light. Thank you for listening. Sleep well, and may your dreams be calm as the sea.